I'm Ethiopia Habtemariam, president of Motown Records, and it's a pleasure to be sitting here with you today.
And I'm Elvis Mitchell, and I'm not, but we have a lot of things to talk about, so let's get started.
Yes.
Let me ask you what it's like being really an African American, a first generation American, and hearing Dr. King's speeches for the first time.
It's been a part of my DNA, kind of growing up in the culture of activism. Clearly, I'm Ethiopian American. I was born in the States. My father and my mom came here late 60s. My father late 60s, mom a little in the 70s. And when my dad came from Ethiopia, it's funny because his friends, they weren't aware of racism existing in this country. He was brought over on scholarship to get his degree in veterinary medicine, and his friends told him America, it was like the streets were paved with gold, right? Like, it was incredible. And I remember he told me he landed in Colorado. He went to the University of Colorado, and it was the first time he heard and learned anything about racism. And he was like devastated. And he's talked to me about what that was for him. But my father is like about humanity, and he cares about just people in general. And so he kind of started going down the lane of activism from then, to the point where he was a brilliant epidemiologist. And once he moved to California, which is where I was born, he was like, I'm only going to teach at a black university. And Tuskegee University was the only HBCU that had a veterinary school, et cetera, which was his area of expertise. And so he moved us to Tuskegee, Alabama, which has a rich and long history in Black America and activism, et cetera. So it was kind of in my DNA from early life. I grew up going to Catholic school, but singing, the national anthem, but the Black national anthem as well, every morning. That was a part of our ritual. And so Dr. King, his message of hope and equality and support for our community has just always been there. My father would check me out of school, in elementary school, to go hear people like Jesse Jackson speak at the university, or whoever, whoever was in town. And it was just a part of what he did. So it's been in my DNA for a long time. And then moving to Atlanta, with such a long history as well, I've always looked at Dr. King as like this pillar of hope and an idea of how one man can change the thinking of so many people, and what he was able to sacrifice, how he was able to mobilize and motivate and inspire people of all backgrounds, right? Like, he put himself out there. He was such an incredible orator that people could feel him. And it was always about humanity. It was about seeing us as individuals, as a race, and as a community as equal to everyone else, which is why it's really a privilege here in 2020 to, connect the dots again for Motown, to be releasing his speeches again.